here. It's against Dmitry Pirog. Pirog himself is a great story, coming from, of course, an impoverished background in Russia to get
from Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, the undefeated Daniel, the Golden Child Jacobs. From Galenchik, Russia, Dmitry Pirog.
Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Let's do this.
And now the bell sounds for round number one. I have ridiculed Southpaw to throw that left hand.
For Dmitry at this point, and he's realizing that his upper body.
Good right hand by Pirog. Up Kelly Pavlik to clearly become the #1 middleweight. And now Jacobs goes back to his conventional stance.
Moves very well.
Well, the first thing, everybody leaned into it for him. That's about Dmitry Pirog, and this was clear on the tapes.
Himself right now, he's not having the success.
It's the way they'll match up against each other most of the night. Fighter. He is a guy who bends at the waist, has a lot of movement on display here for competition, but conceivably someday be a legitimate middleweight champion. A lot of movement, and he has watched American fighters.
Trying to find out now.
Two fighters. They're both excellent young men and excellent fighters.
Shots. There we go.
Well, right away you saw Danny Jacobs come by and still has not found a way really to effectively land body movement. It's really creating a problem for him.
Попивай по чуть-чуть. Looking good, champ.
Wide margins of...
You want that one?
I think he won.
Or whether his cornermen have simply found out it's extremely earlier in the fight, and he landed a big right hand here in the second round that has DanielJacobs loss that derailed his career. It's tough.
No matter what his type of a fight from Pirog. Pirog is a very, very good fighter.
It was long-armed, more conventional than Pirog.
He was caught up in those ropes. Be as it may, Danny Jacobs
watching his butt on the replay, looking for exactly that, and I think his butt mysteries in there for him, which need to be solved, because that wasn't really Russian food to him. He's beating Jacobs up in this mover.
Well, what's interesting
Jacobs on the defensive. Russian amateur program and go to the Olympics and earn the kind of...
He fought last night. So.
Andy's won several fights that they can buy jerseys with big New York logos all over them that say Jacobs this round.
When I was, I'm a very big fan of Danny Jacobs, and as I said, he moves his head in and out, changes, gives you angles, changes. And
that's what I was about to say. It's clear now he's better, but it was a very close call.
Probably pulled out the first round with good, strong right hands.
Several Russian fighters have gotten from their Olympic stage. It's like he lives in Vegas.
I was doing good right now, but I don't know the pressure he's putting. I saw that look after the first 30 seconds.
Back for the Giants.
I was talking to my boxer, middleweight, Andy Lee, about this fight. He says, Dan,
you were about
pivoting and turning and punching at the same time. Not as fast in the front row, but he's twisting, pivots, changes.
Pirog beat the heck out of him in the second round, one round apiece.
Maybe he's better because he has trained himself into a more American style.
Yeah, but he's still trying to get a keep on Danny. He's making Danny fight and move a lot faster than I think Danny wants to. I think the more important problem is training his corner in Victor Roundtree. Very, very good. I was going to say, but
right hand by Pirog. Jacobs almost went down.
Rehearsing and playing. Yeah, especially if it's his first time fighting here, but he said he's made quite a few trips here attending fights. He's going to have his hands for the manual. Andy says this guy, but he's a pressure fighter, which is amazing.
He moves his head.
Сел, расслабился, все. Расслабился, хорош.
No, I gotta get my jab out. All right, but don't let him.
Jacobs had, he didn't know where they was coming from because it's such a different variety of punches. And the right hand here, there's a great shot.
Going to the canvas on a brilliant 1-2 straight up the middle by Pirog. Harold?
Things look very good for him for the first quarter.
After looking at him on videotape,
Break.
I said to a couple of writers that
Emmanuel Stewart. That should have been a knockdown. Those ropes were holding this guy
favored Pirog in round 2, as you might
expect. Jacobs trying to figure out the movements and the pressure. Watching the tapes of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Sugar
Look at the head movement there.
So, you just have to make adjustments if he wants to. fight.
Says he's only been here a week. Says he didn't take that.
Trying to figure out a victory strategy for Jacobs tonight.
That's a good body shot with the left hand.
Very difficult guy to fight.
You know, there's an improvisational quality to what Pirog does. Reminded me of a younger, slightly
The guy went into the ropes. You know, if the ropes weren't there, then
I didn't see the ropes over. He was bending forward.
I think it was a pretty close call.
He was bending.
He backed up against the ropes, that the ropes are not a good place. But Pirog has him against the ropes.
He's got a very talented fighter and started boxing different. Do a lot of feinting before he caught a strategy, because I know they were not expecting this type.
He didn't take that all that easily to American food. Didn't go to the Russian restaurant here in the hotel, because right now Pirog's the aggressor early, and Daniel doesn't seem really prepared for it.
He's been studying him, I guess, being from Europe himself.
The once unbeaten Andy Lee fought against Vargas, fought against De La Hoya, etc.
and therefore Robert Byrd should have
He was bending forward when he regained his balance.
Just because Pirog did not star in
over there neither.
You're fighting somebody from Russia. Right hand by Jacobs.
Good, man. I think he's been pulling one.
Keep on going back. Because, you know, like I know he cannot fight going backwards. Keep him more balanced.
This is something totally new to Jacobs right now. Being hit with the punches. You see Jacobs in a beautiful, clean right hand. Probably the best punch he's landed tonight. That's what he's got to keep doing. And after he lands those punches, get away right away. Move away.
CombatSports numbers in the third round. Jacobs back in that southpaw stance. Seems to feel, suppose, Pirog is speaking Russian.
Doing anything that's experimental, so to say.
People who spoke perfect English were absolutely deaf and dumb. Gave it to Pirog, who landed the more significant blow.
Jacobs has to try to throw his flurs and land and get away right away.
Good comeback left hook by Jacobs there.
I think that the fight's going to be fairly competitive to a certain degree. He's going to have to be in great shape tonight, because he
has a better chance to land a power left hand out of this stance than out of his conventional stance, Emmanuel. So this is a fight in which
I think because most of them had it standard in their school over there.
They take it in first.
You know, what surprised me, a lot of these guys, they speak a lot better English than they let you on to think. And as soon as you leave, then they start speaking. Of Jacobs going down the stretch. You know, I think he just told him hit it. Evidently, he must feel more comfortable in it, but I haven't saw him land too much, except the first time he did it, he was able to land. But, you know, it's risky when you're fighting a guy. Not even a big issue of it, which I think is good.
Yeah, I didn't see anything really. Both the left and the right hands.
Definitely not your regular.
Talking to Jacobs in there.
I don't think he's ever had this type of a pressure. But they try to let you think that they don't speak, but they understand a lot of things when we're speaking.
Good body shot.
These guys come in very difficult pressure.
Here go against Ishe Smith. Ishe Smith, much older than Pirog, not nearly as active.
All right, if you get him going back, he step back, you do your 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right here, you can see the great defense of Pirog, which is his upper body movement. He pivots and turns.
26 out of 73, and Pirog only 8 out of 51. I think if I were in Jacobs' corner, Emmanuel, I might beg him to
speaking to them.
Well, that was always the old Soviet. Jacobs hammering to the body.
It's a great upper body movement that Pirog had.
Well, Jacobs' biggest win was in August last year. I mean, during the days of Soviet Union, Jacobs easily won the round. You can see that hurt this on the body for a while.
Yes. And then Jacobs
didn't really land low.
It was low. It was low, but I don't think it was intentional, and I don't think it was.
Oh, down goes Jacobs on a perfect right hand,
right on top
and that may be that. No way. Robert Byrd won't even finish the count. He waves his arms, and Jacobs is gone on a stunning knockout by Pirog.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Mandalay Bay, a new middleweight star is born. The winner at 57 seconds, round number 5, and now the new WBO middleweight champion of the world, Dmitry